if you're not good at what you do, then how can you expect to ever get paid the big money?
I'm Eric Dahl, owner of Dahl Integration Marketing and creator of the Independent Business Method. I help business owners build independent businesses that grow without them so they have time freedom, the ability to sell their business for top dollar, pass on to the next generation, or simply collect checks while they explore the world. Today, there's a new breed of business owner in the world, one that's not tied down by their business, but is in complete control of their business. And you can become this new independent business owner. We call ourselves independent business builders, where you're not dependent on any one marketing or advertising strategy to grow your business. You're not dependent on any one employee or supplier. You're not dependent on any government. You're not dependent on any banks or investors. Instead, you exist in a world where you control your time and income.
On my end, what I find when we get into like the marketing business, the consulting business, things like that, right? Everyone is just, they have hundreds of products they're trying to sell you, right? So it goes back to that. So they're feeding that first problem I talked about, overwhelm, right? You're already overwhelmed. You're a business owner. You're already overwhelmed, and then the marketing consultant guy that you're working with or trying to work with, he has 100 different things that he's trying to sell you. That just adds to the overwhelm, right? And so I made a decision right out the gate that my goal is to create a program, create a system that is something that is evergreen, right? It's evergreen. It's something that you can constantly rely on, and it's something that you can master over time. Because I believe if we can master the steps that I'll be going throughout this weekend, then you'll master your business, which I believe is the key to just being successful in general. You have to have mastery, right? If you're not good at what you do, then how can you expect to ever get paid the big money? It's not gonna happen. You have to master it. And so that's really where I'm trying to help help myself, include everyone in the room, think of their business as not just some short-term project that let's go make $1 million and whatever, but it's something that is like a living, breathing organism that needs to be nurtured. It needs to be mastered. It needs to be it's not just a this random thing that we can hope that's going to be successful, right? So that's really the thing. So really that's why I call this today the mastery workshop, and I just want to get that really from the get-go. I really want to make sure you guys understand that this is something where just because you understand it or know it doesn't mean that you've mastered it, right? Because you'll master it when you actually start to do the things. So going back to the whole overwhelm idea, so let's say I have 10 different products, right? So I sell you this, you guys come to the workshop, oh yeah, it's great, and I come back with some other stuff to sell. You guys didn't even have a chance to master what I just sold you guys, right? And I think that's just again, going back to that endless spiral. And so my goal with this is that even if you guys feel like you understand this stuff, you have to realize that it's not about understanding. This isn't class, right? This isn't like, oh, I'm going to get an A+ because I know this stuff so well, I'm so good at regurgitating it. You get an A+ when your business makes money, right? You eliminate those problems that we just talked about. That's how we need to look at this. So it's a completely different mindset. But I think society also teaches us that just because you know something on paper and you can take a test and get an A on it, you've actually mastered the material. And that's not the case. That's not the case. So that's what the funnel vision method is all about here, and that's my approach to it. So I look at also the personal things, right? The business is supposed to give us a life, right? It's not supposed to take our lives. It's supposed to give us more time with our families. It's supposed to help us nurture our hobbies, right? My background is track, so part of my goal with my business is I want to get to the point where I can get back to track meets again, right? Because it's such an important part of my life. I want to get into master's track. I want to spend more time with my family. I have a little 3-year-old. I want to travel more, right? Like the business should be able to give me my life, not take it. And that's why I see a lot of business owners are just going back to 60+ hours. I mean, if you're working 60+ hours, you're not going to have time or the energy to enjoy life. And so my mission with this program is to solve that. And that's really what it comes down to. And for people who take action, they get the results, right? I look at the funnel vision method kind of like I look like gravity, right? You drop a rock, it's gonna sink, down the ocean, right? It's gravity. It's just gonna happen. Nothing you can do is gonna stop that, right? So the same thing with this is, if you take action on it, like gravity, you will get results. The people that don't get any results are just simply people that don't do anything, right? And so that's really the key here, and part of what we're trying to do here with this workshop. Just to kind of give you guys, so like for example, Oldfield, they're an 80-year-old business here in town. I worked with Joel Rimmer, and about a year after we worked together, they decided to sell the company. And it was funny because 2 months before he told me they were going to sell the business, they had a record month, and he thanked me for that. So I helped him, an 80-year-old business. I helped him have a record month, right? And really using the strategies that I'll be showing you guys today. Another guy, he's not here, Todd. He was selling a high-ticket, wellness product, and what I was able to do for him is help him literally eliminate prospecting completely, and have his schedule just filled up with appointments. So that was, a big thing right there. And then one of my clients, he's in the telecommunications field. Same thing, helping him book appointments. So this stuff, it works for service providers, it works for product-based businesses. It really doesn't matter the business itself. It's really I believe it's the psychology of the owner that's involved. Do they want to do things more efficiently? Do they believe in systems? Do they believe that they can literally have a business that can be literally a machine for them, right? So it starts with the mind, right? It starts with belief. And so these are my clients, and then of course Dr. Allen, hopefully he'll be here soon. But ran a campaign for him that just exploded his business. He had to go out and hire 2 employees. Just crazy campaign. And then anyway, he actually passed away just recently, Douglas Foster, but he was one of my first clients. And so they own a Strapworks. It's a $6 million business, But anyway, he helped me get started, and so I'll always remember him. But they got some great results, from our program. And then, so all these guys, what they all have in common is that
I'm Eric Dahl, and until next time, follow your vision, be independent, and leave a legacy. Learn more at www.independentbusinessbuilder.com.